Welcome to Leaders Digest here at NBJ Summit in beautiful California at the Terranea Resort. I'm here with Ruben Valentin. He's the Chief Commercial Officer for Solutex. Welcome to Leaders Digest, Ruben.
Thank you so much. It's great being here in California and having the opportunity to talk here as Leaders Digest.
So tell me a little bit about Solutex.
I'm going to mention three specifically, okay? Number one, going at the beginning of when the company was created, we patent a technology that is called CO2 in supercritical conditions. And that carbon dioxide in supercritical conditions did allow us to separate two omega-3 molecules, EPA and DHA, to provide a product to the market with the highest amount of purity. Now, this was 20 years ago, so other companies were doing intermediates, low potencies, and we decided to do very high purity products. That was number one. That put Solutex in the map of consumer health. And we started asking, okay, what is behind this that is working and that is having a positive impact in the body? And that has been, again, the principle of the company for all of these 20 years. The second one, this is very, very recent. Of course, companies go along their history, they have to expand their manufacturing capabilities because you want to keep supplying the products to the consumers. Yeah. What is remarkable is what we have done in our last expansion. We've done many, many, many expansions, but on this last one, we did something very important, which is basically we became the first company in the omega-3 industry that is fully vertically integrated from crude oil to produce all products up to 97% purity. Before that, companies were able to do concentrated omega-3s, crude oil, separate materials. Nobody was able to do everything. Solutex was the first company able to do everything, right? And this is very recent. We commissioned the manufacturing, the new expansion in 2023. Now it's perfectly ready to go. The last thing, and again, keep going and continuing with being the number first company in doing things that we do, is an innovation based on science. We wanted to understand why EPA and DHA are good for health and how does it work in the body. And by doing investigation and working with a very famous university here in the US, we discovered that EPA and DHA have many functions, but also they support to the resolution of the inflammation. They are the precursors to convert into SPMs, specialized pro-resolving mediators, which basically work with your natural ability of your body to resolve inflammation actively. We discovered that in collaboration with this university and Professor Charles Serhan. And based on this, we created our third, what I called a breakthrough innovation in the industry, a Lipinova branded ingredient that is a standardized specialized pro-resolving mediators material to be very effective in the resolution of the inflammation process. So I think those are the three key things, and what they have in common is that we were the first ones in doing it. We challenged ourselves and say, okay, let's think about what do we have to do to have an impact in the industry, in the consumers, and we were the first movers in these areas.
First of all, congratulations,
Thank you.
20 years is a major feat. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
Incredible. And it sounds like, and when I listen to you speak, I love it because you sound so passionate about what you're doing. And you mentioned the modulators, so Lipinova SPMs. Can you just tell me a little bit more about that, because that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah. So Lipinova is an intellectual property protected unique material. It's a branded ingredient that is a concentrated product with concentrated SPMs, specialized pro-resolving mediators, that supports the natural ability of the body to resolve inflammation in a natural way. You have a pro-inflammatory phase and then a resolution of the inflammation phase. The pro-inflammatory phase, we all have it because we have a lot of omega-6 in our diets. So that inflammation is basically it. It's a reaction of our body to protect us.
The ratio is so high nowadays,
Correct.
too. It's
Exactly.
like, what is it, 20 to 1 or something, or 16 to 1 that
right.
we're getting for omega-6 to omega-3?
Let's put it in this way. We take a lot of the bad stuff, right? So we need to put more good things in our body.
Omega-3s, yeah.
So that's so you create the inflammation in the body, and then the problem becomes when that inflammation becomes chronic and is not able to resolve it. Then, so you just have two options, or one option. You take a NSAID, like an ibuprofen is the one that everybody knows, to stop inflammation. But that is not the natural way of working with inflammation, working naturally with your body. You have to resolve and support your body to resolve that inflammation actively. And that's what Lipinova does. Lipinova works in supporting your body to resolve inflammation in a natural way. And as a consequence of this, not only the ingredient is effective, but something that is very important, it's not immune suppressive. So it's not going to compromise your defenses based on the clinical studies and the data that we have. That's great, because you take something that works and it does not do anything bad in your body, not like other pharmaceutical or drugs in the marketplace.
Where is it sold?
Lipinova is sold around the world in all marketing channels. So you take pharmacies, retails, e-commerce, even professional channels like professional athletes and professional teams, they take it. And practitioner channels, all marketing channels in everywhere, right? So one of the products, as an example, that I have with me is this is Sports Pro Resolve, that targets specifically the application of recovery after exercising.
Which makes sense,
Yeah.
because if it helps to resolve inflammation, that would
Correct.
be a great space to have it in.
Exactly. All the products that we have, women's health, we just working with this company to support the preconception and pregnancy of women. And the good thing about this is you can take it straight, and all the clinical data that we have is for straight Lipinova, but also some companies are deciding to blend it with other important vitamins and minerals for the body, right? So it definitely accepts that kind of flexibility if you want to have your own formulation with other ingredients in there.
Where do you see the innovation going with the omega-3 space?
It's a very good question and a very challenging one, because omega-3 is fish oil, algal oils, they are a commodity, so to speak. Every single brand has omega-3s in the portfolio, but they are always asking, how can I differentiate something that has been in the market for 100 years, that we know it works, that has more than 30,000 clinical papers in there. But this has been the core of Solutex, and this is what we still work on. We define our company as the most innovative company in this space, and we have two remarkable things that we are introducing to the industry. One is a monoglyceride form. We call it Mag Omega, that's the brand that we have used, and is a monoglyceride form coming from plant-based omega-3s. And what we have done is we have basically changed the molecular structure of the components. You have ethyl ester form, you have triglyceride form, and you have monoglyceride form. What it does is basically the product is more bioavailable. So it increases the absorption of the product in your body. The second one, and this is more long-term, is a pharmaceutical molecule that we are working with that is called maricins. So when you take EPA and DHA, the EPA and DHA converts into specialized problem-resolving mediators. That pathway continues in your body to very specific molecules. One molecule is maricins. MAR01 is how we call this molecule. And we're going to start doing clinical studies in a year for one specific unmet condition for women that is called vulvodynia. So for those that don't know what vulvodynia is, a chronic pain that women have in the pelvic area, that there is no treatment for it. And we're basically very excited because we discovered this, and we are creating something that is going to help many women around the world to resolve a problem that nobody has been able to do, right? So this is, I think, what is coming probably in the next 5 years. So innovation in the past, innovation now, and innovation in the future.
Thank you so much for doing this, Ruben.
Thank you. It's been great being here talking to you in California.
And congratulations on your 20 years and to another 20 years and beyond.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Thank you for watching Leaders Digest here at NBJ Summit. We appreciate you tuning in.